Greetings, morning and good afternoon, my people. Now may I hear the news that in Jamaica the government is cutting out the special thing, which is the rum and boom. Saying, from me I grew up as a youth, me never into alcohol, people. Yeah.
Bless me people, bless. Dr. Tufton ban rum and boom. And if you ban something, that means you're going to take it off of the market.
Stop young Jamaican men from consuming Special, the mix made from white rum and energy drink. The daily consumption of large volumes of the drink is being blamed for the intoxication of many motorcycle drivers in Western Jamaica. Now, many of them end up dead or injured in hospital. Details in this report from Dwayne Anderson.
Special on the street, right? Everybody drinking a Special now.
The drink of choice for many Jamaican males is the Special, but it is not special at all. In fact, it is especially destructive. But why is the Special so scary? Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton explained the science behind the drink, made up of an energy drink and white rum.
Energy drinks are non-alcoholic beverages containing high levels of stimulant, primarily caffeine. Caffeine is a stimulant and alcohol is a depressant. Caffeine masks the feeling of being drunk and encourages binge drinking, higher blood alcohol concentration. When you mix alcohol with energy drink, you mask intoxication, encouraging heavier and more prolonged drinking while amplifying the risky behavior. And there are many risky behaviors.
Risky behaviors like drinking and driving. Authorities are convinced drinking a lot of Special is among the leading causes of motorcycle crashes involving young men in parishes such as Westmoreland, where the drink is very popular.
Unless we intervene in the community, we have a problem. The last time I toured Sablamar Hospital, 80% of the male surgical wards were occupied by young men riding bikes without helmets. And they occupy the accident and emergency, the surgical wards. It is a real challenge. And 90% of them are intoxicated for whatever reason or whatever motivation.
The plan, therefore, is to limit the consumption of this drink, and the government is prepared to lead the response.
So we are going to be doing a national rapid situation assessment as it relates to the impact of energy drink on alcohol. We're also going to be launching Operation Lighthouse, 50 communities island-wide for substance misuse prevention.
Young men who consume the Special contend the drink is part of their routine to build sexual performance. However, there's no medical data supporting this view. Dwayne Anderson.
Because what you mean by you ban rum and boom? Oh, you got ban rum and boom? Oh, you for ban me drinking rum and boom? Jamaica, stop. Jamaica, stop. Oh, you gotta stop that. Oh, you gotta stop that. You can't get up and ban boom. And your worse, I can't get up and ban white rum. So tell me now, how you gonna stop me from combining Ray and Nephew's white rum and boom in my cup? How you gonna enforce the law there? Bigger things out there for worry about Jamaica that was supposed to worry about the fact that the man that drink blood clot Ray and Nephew white rum and alcohol go crazy. Worry about the fact that almost 1% of the bomb clot hurricane relief fund alone we use. Why only 1% of the money will use? Why we can't use the rest of the money for help people money where you need? We don't worry about the fact that, but we don't worry about the fact that people that drink Ray and Nephew white rum and blood clot booming in them cup and alcohol while. Priorities all fucked up, man.
Rum and boom I go ban in a Jamaica, yeah man. So all of the man never love drink Special. Look after this, we can't drink no more Special because the government say the man them a drink and a drive and a ride and a kill off themselves. So them a go ban it, them a go put a stoppage to it.
Energy drink, you mask intoxication, encouraging heavier and more prolonged drinking while amplifying the risky behavior. And there are many risky behaviors.
Risky behaviors like drinking and driving.
So it look like the government of Jamaica ban rum and boom. So no more Special. And let me not say the government, which is the government still, but I think I'm more likely Christopher Tufton. Because that a theme ministry that, right? But I saw it is serious. Because first them want, more youth to ban. So I guess the rum and boom maybe I kill the dog them sperms count. Hence why the ban. That's my assumption though. But I know it's also serious, man. till them have to put all a ban on it. No more special.
And Joes! Me hear say you ban rum and boom in Jamaica. Achoo? Achoo? Well, that me see one news reporter read say rum and boom is getting banned in Jamaica. And them say the reason why it a get banned is because too much young youth a drink and junk and them a crash and dead. Who now crash off a bike, them a crash car. Well, honestly, I think that one good way if you look upon it. That one good way. Me no wrong upon that. If that you ban it for, me no wrong you. But on this aspect, what me agree with though, if you really ban it, the girl them been a complain about the rum and boom, where the boy them a drink and them a say, boy, the man them nature gone. In a one look a special cup, sir. So, the man them nature gone in a one plastic cup with special. The girl them say when the man them are going to bedroom activities, the man them now, you know, the mafia long out them tongue and lick the man them all bout of them body. All them yai ball. For the man them rise like the sun. So, if you go ban the rum and boom, I think the girl them can jump and sing songs of joy for that. Because that means that the youth them would have to go start drink up some roots and fruit juices. Yes, man. When you can go check my brethren there, you know, talk truth, no clarin, and them have all the roots you don't want. So you can get back into action. Too much bomb buckler, especially in a cup, man. Girl them a complain. But Andrew, hear me I say to you now. You see the Campari, the Magnum, the Stone Ginger Wine, and the Dragon, and the Guinness. Nobody fast with them. Do me a beg you. And them me drink. Nobody fast with the especially the Campari and the Magnum. Nobody fast with it. Do me a beg you. Nobody fast with them. When me come to Jamaica, them me drink. You see me? Sometimes I drink a Guinness, but I really Campari, Magnum, Stones, and a Dragon. Them me drink. So if I can do your best no fast with them, you will be best friends. Yeah man, fuck off with the old dirty rum. The old grandpa cough syrup. Young boy. Young boy. Pass the grandpa cough syrup in the flask. Young boy. Man, them say them a ban rum and boom better. Just about fast with the Campari and the Magnum better. Now the Stones are the Dragon and the Guinness. And them me drink.
So breaking news, the Jamaican government said to ban consumption of special in Jamaica. If you don't know any name, so ask any elder up on the corner or any youth with them pants under them waist. It's actually energy drink mixed with alcohol. Which energy drink? Boom. Which alcohol? Reneve. Two of them together, deadly. Popcorn, they tell us to blame it on the rum, right? Now the health minister said behind every fatality in Jamaica is a boom and also a Reneve mixed together. And you know so that a Jamaica #1 mixer. You know what I say? I talk about mixing. That's one of the top mixing. You know what I say? Deadly combination. Now the health minister also said what the boom do is actually mass intoxication, meaning when you're drunk, you don't feel like you're drunk. You know what I say? Because remember say I know you're boom drunk, you know. The boom are energy drink, you know. And actually real never drunk, you know. But what the boom do is it marks intoxication. So when you stop drink, it end up encouraging more heavy drinking. Because remember the energy in the boom, you know. You see, make you just want to drink more and more and more and more. And when you do again, amplify rotted, risky behavior. So if you usually see a car come and fake for go out in the road, you see a car come and fake, you want actually catch the car, fling it in the air and them thing there. So in other words, it increase more risky behavior. Is what I say. Yeah, see the corner stay so and you think the corner straight. Is what I say, you go around the corner and think the corner straight. So that's it really do. So man I say you're right now, them need to cut them off, go find something. Either one have to go or one have to stay. So I say them don't know which one, but the two of them can't go together, bro. Too deadly. I'm out.
Come here, Fambo. Fambo, come here. Are you this? I say, boy, You couldn't get nowhere with the song and a Beanie Man come show you how to sing it. I can't use this family. Come here. Are you this?
I don't know advice in both. I'm Mr. Sean, I don't advice the most song I list. Never each song, you know. But I just write the verse, them alone, I didn't write, I never write them full hook. I'll be having that hook is, I'm drinking rum and Red Bull. I can't pass this up. I started there with the flask cranberry with ice in a glass that I like, can't find me last. Find me one a liquor cause bustle at the bars. Drink to jump that 3 and das. After the flask, then we move to the quad. Tell the bartender the bill will start. Coconut.
Me and Christopher Tufton say I go ban rum and boom. Christopher Tufton, me want to see you bad for do that. Me want to see you tap me for a drink rum and boom. Me want to see you tap me for a drink rum and boom. As a matter of fact, we as youth you know, we don't want to drink rum and boom. A old man drink them there. Hennessy, Red Bull. And them sitting there we are drink now. Couple back like Hennessy a ground and 40 case of Red Bull. So me want to see you tap with for drink rum and boom. Who wants your tap way? You focus on the wrong sitting man. Focus on the baby them when dead at hospital. Focus on the doctors them when I get paid. Focus on the deplorable condition in the hospital them. No bed. All of them they sitting there. Then they sitting there for focus on. You can't tell a man what to drink. If you have a ban energy drink, you have a ban Red Bull, ban Monster, ban Nitro, ban Boom, ban Power, you have a ban all of them. Brother, go find something do. You cannot have nothing to do. Can't find your turn vlogger, you turn one piece of idiot.
Now the government of Jamaica say they are going to ban rum and boom. You see? It's not a bad idea, you know. We like the idea. You see? But we want them ban bleaching cream too. Ban bumbuckler bleaching cream from out of Jamaica the same. Because the youth don't bleach out them skin. We now ban bumbuckler rum and boom. Which will damage the youth them, yes? But we need to bumbuckler ban bleaching cream too. And some other things need to get banned, but ban bleaching cream first.
Greetings, morning and good afternoon, my people. Now may I hear the news that in Jamaica the government is cutting out the special thing, which is the rum and boom. Saying? From me I grew up as a youth, I never into alcohol, you know, people. Yeah, I can't take the alcohol, I don't drink. Saying? I can't take it. I don't like the way it makes me feel. Try it one long time, like back in the 80s, and yeah, me never like it. It's like, I know that I'm drunk. I never like the feeling. You know what I say? I never like it, and the way it make me operate, so. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into the drinking thing, the alcohol thing. But, yeah, I'm hearing the news that the government of Jamaica cutting out the rum and boom, which is a special thing. No, I'm just listening to some politician speaking. I think it's the health minister. And the way he's explaining how this thing works, I get to understand. It's a science behind it. Saying? Now, when you drink alcohol, just regular alcohol, so you just drink some rum. Saying? You drink rum. Like people who just drink rum, the regular rum drinker. You will see and know say them drunk. See? Because the way them operate. You know what I mean? The movements and all that. Because what alcohol does to you, people, that's why they call it a spirit. What alcohol does to you, it goes straight, mom. Yeah, it goes straight to your joints and weaken. That's why, you know what I mean? you see people who drunk lose balance and all that because it goes straight to certain part of your body and cause it to malfunction. And of course, you know what I mean?
Bless me people, bless. Dr. Tufton ban rum and boom. And if you ban something, that means you're going to take it off of the market. Or how you go enforce your ban. Is that now you go around at these shops and bars and see you get underneath the stop sell rum and boom? Or you go take rum off of the market, or you go take boom off of the market, or you go take the both of them off of the market, which you can't stop Jerry and his nephew. You understand? So how you go enforce a ban on something when you put out there? Saying it's bad now go stop people from drinking. There must be some form of way when you go enforce the ban for your ban work. Something have to give, somebody have to take off something off of the board. So how you go ban something without having a way to enforce the ban? That is my question. How the ban go enforce when a ban rum and boom? Rum and boom not go tap people to drink rum. Rum and boom is not the problem. Our drinking overall is the problem. And the special we mix. Because most of the drunk drivers and the drunk riders, most of them No drunk off a rum and boom because them man not really drink rum and boom. You have a whole heap of set of alcoholic products out there where people drink. Rum and boom, the ban no make no sense. Me no see how it go affect drinking. Me no see how it go affect the drunk riders and the drunk drivers them just by putting a ban on rum and boom. It not go affect nothing. Right now, what wanna do? Wanna up the sale for rum and boom. Wanna up the drinking of rum and boom because once something ban. Once you put a ban on it, for some reason people want it more. People want more of what they can't have. You understand? Some don't see the purpose of banning rum and boom. Bless.
Greetings. Today I just want to say a few words on the NARA legislation that is going through Parliament now, and it's very topical and people are anxious to know more about it. Essentially, what the government has done is they've brought legislation to Parliament to create a new agency which has a long name but everyone calls NARA, the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority. It's a controversial piece of legislation because it gives this authority extraordinary powers. They can issue directions to any agency that's responsible for considering permits, approvals, licenses and so on for development projects. If the agencies decide something that NARA doesn't think is right, NARA can direct them otherwise. If the agencies are taking what NARA considers to be too long to make a decision, NARA can push them to decide it quickly. It can make all agencies consider their aspects of it at the same time, so that no agency would have the benefit of considering what another agency might have thought about the matter. These are extensive powers. And what's more, if at the end of the day the agency doesn't comply with NARA's directives, NARA can go to the minister, who is the Prime Minister in this instance, and the Prime Minister can step in and make the decision himself and can override what the agency thought about it. And the Prime Minister's decision is the legislation makes his decision the equivalent as if the agency had made that decision itself. These are extraordinary powers. And you know, NARA isn't going to have a board of directors. It's going to have a CEO appointed by the Prime Minister, but no board to provide governance oversight, even though it's going to be expending billions and billions of dollars on massive projects. And we're very concerned about the lack of proper accountability in that structure. We also feel that the Chief Executive Officer should come to Parliament every 6 months to answer questions on his stewardship of the authority, because many people may be unhappy about aspects of what's going on. So we need that opportunity to invigilate the CEO and hear what he has to say or she has to say about the matter. So these are some of the real issues that we have with NARA in its current form. And you know, the recent case that was decided by the court this week, the Constitutional Court, which struck down the decision of the Prime Minister as Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation, where he allowed an appeal by a company that had been refused a mining and quarrying license, in an area called Dry Harbor Mountains, which is very environmentally sensitive, unique forest. Aspects of it are estimated to be in the very same condition that it was when Columbus arrived in Jamaica in 1494. So the NRCA, which is the environmental watchdog for Jamaica, had refused the permit, and the company appealed, and the Prime Minister went out on a limb and granted them the permit. And the residents took him to court and won, and the basis of the victory was that their environmental rights under the Constitution were likely to be violated by that decision. And so it's a very important case, but it shows the dangers of concentrating too much executive power rather than having proper checks and balances. And I think there's a lot to be learned from that in relation to the structure of NAR. So those are my words to you this week. all the very best. May God continue to bless Jamaica, land we love.
St. Catherine High School has taken the decision to ban cell phones from being taken on the campus effective Monday, May 11, 2026. And one school has seemingly had enough of students on campus using their cell phones during school hours. What I'm talking about, yesterday, an advisory was shared with me by a parent of a school that has taken action in relation to how teenagers are using their cell phones on the campus. St. Catherine High School issued this notice to parents dated May 8, and it says, "Dear parents or guardians of St. Catherine High, I'm writing to you today with a growing concern regarding the pervasive use of cell phones among our students and the detrimental impact this is having on the teaching and learning environment at St. Catherine High. While we recognize the potential benefits of cell technology in modern society, the clandestine use within the classroom has become a significant hindrance to our educational mission. The primary issue stems from the constant distraction that cell phones present. The allure of social media, games, and messaging applications is proving too strong for many students to resist. Even when phones are ostensibly silenced, the mere presence of the device
This is why the Caribbean and a lot of these African countries cannot be better. Our data general reveals as of February, Jamaica spent only 1.8% of hurricane relief donations. Not surprising, and that's a sad thing. It's like we all know how this movie and this script was gonna play out. The politicians was gonna pocket majority of the money and don't go out there and rebuild Jamaica for real, rebuild the roads, rebuild the hospitals, the schools, get equipments for the hospitals, help out the poorer class communities, you know what I mean? We know these things was gonna happen. It always happens in the Caribbean and in Africa. These politicians in the Caribbean and Africa, especially Jamaica and these other quote-unquote leading Caribbean islands and African countries, very evil and very wicked towards their people. Anyway, up full, always be grateful in your cup full. People unite, take over on the communities, build on the communities, take care of the children, lead them in the righteous path, and stay blessed and stay focused, because these politicians, they don't care about us, okay?
Beautiful, beautiful people of Jamaica. Thank you so much for your support. I mean, I don't take it for granted, honestly speaking. I know you've all watched all the clips, and it's now my time to do the analysis, commentary, or reaction, whichever word you call it, it's the same thing. So a lot has been happening in Jamaica, by the way. Every day, a lot is happening in that beautiful island. But we're going to be positive about it and neutral about it. We are not going to lean on one side. So there is this energy drink, the Rum and Boom, that has been banned currently in Jamaica, and that is because of the side effects and the negative impact toward the good people, the youth, the young people of Jamaica. We will be talking about that. I can tell you that so many people are talking in Jamaica. That in the taxi park you'll find them talking, in the market, everywhere, guys. People are talking and they're frustrated, they are confused, and they feel like something is not okay. So those are some of the things that I'll talk about, and even the resignation of the board chair, that is Mr. Chai Chong. There is a controversy, some drama, and I can tell you that this is not just news, it's actually how Jamaicans feel about their country, what's happening in their island, about the leadership, about trust, about discipline, about accountability. Name them, guys. Those are some of the things that we're gonna discuss here today. Kindly subscribe to this amazing channel. I thank you so much for all the support, guys. So social media in Jamaica is hot at the moment, and that is because many Jamaican citizens are talking about the government cracking down an energy drink called Rum and Boom, and some are actually like supporting it, some are against that decision, and of course there are those who are like, finally, like they just feel a sign of relief in their hearts, like they just wanted this thing to go away. Probably it gave them some weird feelings, I will say, or some weird when they drank it, or when their relatives drank it, or when their family drank it. It gave them some funny feeling and behaviors, or they behaved abnormally. So of course those are the kind of people that are really happy. So you see, how we were created in this world, we will never be the same. If information is passed to us, we are going to encode and decode it in a very different way. So our way of understanding is gonna be extremely difficult. So, and that is why in every day's videos we have the same topic, but when you see how people are talking about them or reacting on it, it's very different. We are not the same. So imagine someone coming out and saying that by the government banning Rum and Boom, they are always targeting the poor people in Jamaica, and that doesn't even make sense. First of all, that energy drink doesn't help your body. It doesn't help you in any way, in a positive way. It just makes you like feel some kind of weird. So of course some will support, others won't support, and the reason as to why the government is deciding to ban it, it's because it's being consumed by too many young Jamaican people. And if the young generation is going down, then that means we don't have a future, because the future depends on the young generation. A time will come when the older people will get old to the point that they won't have the energy to lead, the energy to work, and the upcoming generation will be dependent on. So you see, you understand why the government is deciding to ban this thing. So again, you see, when we take in, or when we ingest too much sugar, too much alcohol, too much caffeine, it's a lot in our body. Our body will really struggle. So we always need to balance this. So some good island people are saying that they actually view school children drinking this particular energy drink in parties, and after they drink, it makes them disagree, ends contributing to violence and also road accidents and health problems. And that those are the opinions of the good people of Jamaica. But then you will have those that are like, why is it that every time government wants to look serious and they pretend that they are helping us, yet they're attacking the poor people who are just trying to enjoy? And I'm like, damn, is that for real? Can somebody even talk about that statement? Like, for real? If you see the contents of the drink in itself, it doesn't have any, guys, let me tell you, the alcohol content uh, in these brands that are found in third world island or countries, the alcohol content is like so high compared to the developed countries or highlands. So I mean, you will see rum shops almost everywhere in Jamaica, and you'll see these drinks in parties, just any party that is there in Jamaica. So, I mean, people are wondering, like, why is it that it's only this single brand that is being banned? Like, can't you see politics being played here and there? What really happened? Because if it's health issues, then you need to also deal with the alcohol. On the other, like, we have so many types of alcohols, Tasca, NSC, name them. So if you're talking about health issues, yeah, you need to also ban these other alcohol brands, so that at least we know that, yeah, there is nothing fishy and dramatic within the rum and boom banning. So of course, people disagree to agree at the end of the day. But again, the moment that the people of Jamaica feel like the government is becoming selective, then that gets to be too much, to comprehend and even talk about, because people need not to reach at that point whereby they feel like the government is being selective. So again, we have the culture people that believe that rum in Jamaica is bigger than just drinking it. I mean, it's tied to history, it's tied to tourism, it's tied to music and identity. So even internationally, Jamaican rum is treated like a national pride. Like, if you go outside the country, you take it and you'll feel like, yeah, that feeling. So whenever the government and rum enters the same sentence, then I can tell you, people will come out and talk, and we have seen it, and we have clips here, by the way. And of course, people, Jamaicans, majority of them are not happy at the end of the day, because of course, the reasons that I had also stated earlier. If you are banning it because, yeah, it's not good in the body, then ban also alcohol, because it's not healthy in our bodies. And I can tell you, if you look at tourism industry, many hotels, they do or if they are actually advertising for their businesses and any activity to do with the tourism, they always have ram in their ads that tells you a lot. And it really tells you a lot, because anyway, locally, government is talking about restrictions and danger, and that's why people get confused, because it doesn't really, people have not come, they have not all understood this thing, like why is it being banned. Because the same way rum and boom will make you feel is the same way alcohol will make you feel. The only difference is just that rum and boom is an energy drink, and the other one is like labeled alcohol. Alcohol, you know, it's alcohol. So I don't know what to think about that, guys. Probably you could comment down there. Tell us what you think about the video, and I really appreciate my good people, because it's important to discuss these things, and because of course Jamaicans have also come out to talk about it, and it's very important for our understanding also. So we have this board chair that says that he resigned in 2023 because of so many things I was told. So the name of the guy is Wayne Chai Chong, and is associated with the UHWI University of, you already know, the hospital in West Indies. So there is this board drama, and this story is very serious, because it tells us about governance, it tells us about power, politics, and public trust at the end of the day. So the former chair of UHWI, Wayne Chai Chong, said that he felt like the board lost its authority, and it's a very, very serious thing. It's a statement, because that will actually make us start researching, like, what really happened. How is this governance in this particular organization like? Because once an hospital leadership comes out dramatically, then people will, Jamaicans specifically, will be nervous, especially if you talk about healthcare that is already under pressure. And of course, according to Chai Chong, he said that decisions were made by the boards, and they overturned everything that they had already decided. They had no points, they had no clear indication. I mean, it wasn't clear. Everything, it lacked clarity, in short. And that particular seat, the chairmanships, it did not have real power. So there was nothing. It was just like a flower girl. You've just been appointed as a flower girl, but you cannot execute anything. You cannot do anything. Then it was like, what's the point? Because it's better I just step down and do my own things that are meaningful and contributing to the good people of Jamaica, rather than being a flower girl in this particular organization as a chair. So that really sparked a debate outside there. And I know people will still talk about it, because it's still it's a new story, very new, and it's interesting, because there was even accusations of ghost workers happening in the hospital. I mean, it's just chaotic, lack of accountability, and of course, leadership changes happening all the changes happening all the time. Yeah, that tells you a lot. And we'll still talk about this story, guys, because we really need to understand what's happening, because honestly, that's a real issue, and it actually affects Jamaican citizens, because it's their taxes that are being used here and there. And of course, it tells us so much about governance, transparency, that Jamaicans have always wanted to know and really focus on. Anyway, let's now talk about this school in St. Catherine. whereby cell phones were banned in school. And I can tell you that it's really interesting because, yeah, unless it's a campus, then it makes sense because, yeah, how can you allow even phones in school? How can you allow? But anyway, I don't know what to think about that because for me, I had campus somewhere, which is okay because a campus student is an adult according to the system of education here in my country. Once you are in campus, you are over 18 years and you have an ID. Like how like unless they meant that you're not supposed to have a phone inside that the classroom, or the phone should be in silent mode while the lecturer is there. Yeah, that's what I understood. But now mentioning high school, anyway, guys, what's the system of education there? How does it go? Once you're in campus, how old are you when if you're in Jamaica? Because also that needs to be clarified. So there is also this upcoming story about 1.8% of hurricane relief funds are being spent several months later. I can tell you, this will make Jamaicans very angry. I foresee that because reports has come out and they're saying that only 1.8% of the hurricane relief funds has been used so far, several months after Hurricane Melissa devastated many parts of Jamaica and also Jamaicans. And oh my God, these disasters are chaotic because it's shocking. And like so many months after the hurricane, Jamaicans are still suffering. The roofs in their homes, they don't have them. I mean, people have not bounced back to normal. They are still struggling, and then you tell them it's only 1.8%. 1.8% is so far. It's so far. At least they will have said 90%, and then it reflects to the work that has already happened. And I don't know, was Nara bill created so that this anyway? It's crazy. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Anyway, my good people. If you look at these stories that we've just talked about, the ram and boom debate, the UHWI boat drama, the cell phone ban, the hurricane relief, okay, they are all different stories, right? But of course, they have the same underlying feeling. And of course, Jamaicans are questioning so many things, including leadership, priorities, systems, and also if they come out here every day and speak, then that amplifies emotions. And Jamaicans, they are very emotional about what's happening in their country because 1 minute you are laughing, the next minute you are furious, the other one you are frustrated, you are hungry. Yeah, for even in this particular video of ours today, let them hear about the 1.8% money that has been used so far several months later. They'll be very angry, by the way. And of course, it's crazy. Anyway, thank you so much. Uh, if you watched the clip up to this point, kindly let me know. Let me know. Do you support the Ram and Boom ban or crackdown? And did the former chair of UHWI, Wing Ching Chong, do the right thing by stepping down? Should schools really ban cell phones? And what do you think about the 1.8% of hurricane relief funds being spent so far several months later after Hurricane Melissa? Kindly comment. I'll really appreciate your support. I'll see you in the next video, guys. I love you to the moon and back. I do appreciate your love and support. See you sometime tomorrow, guys. Bye bye.